When I went from $0 to $1 million with my first business, I did everything to follow the proven strategy to execute, but I completely missed the mark when it came to recognizing my spirit, who I am. Though I did do the things necessary, sludging through the mud without any gratification for 9 months, being willing to fail over and over again, skipping college so then I could focus. This video is dedicated to showing you how to execute the tangible proven strategy the same way I did with my first $1 million business, and recognize your spirit, who you are, what you're good at, what you're qualified to do, what you're drawn towards. Simplified and easy, doing what I did without the grind. First thing, it's super important that you choose an honest goal as an honest prayer that's truly going to make you happy, deciding what you truly want deep down. What makes you different? Who actually are you? What are your unique characteristics? When you're picturing your ideal life in your soul, what do you think of? Versus your ego, how society would describe you, what your job title is, a couple of your surface level characteristics. You're kind and outgoing and awkward and funny, whatever it is. Get in touch with your spirit and then choose what you're drawn towards, and make sure that whatever you choose as your goal passes this 4 goal characteristics test. This is a test. As long as your goal doesn't hit any of these characteristics, it belongs to you, it's for you, and you could proceed towards getting it. And choosing your goal is done like the same way that you should choose your clothing at the store. When you see it, you're drawn towards it. You have a great feeling about it, and you can already envision yourself wearing it, like it kind of belongs to you already in a way. That's how you should choose your goal. As far as business goes, you need to choose something that you're serving others, you're doing something you love to do, or something you're supremely qualified to do. Then we make your business tangible, okay? Who are you going to serve? How are we going to do it? What do you think it's going to be right now? How can you take serving other people, doing something you love or you're qualified to do, and put it into a business? What existing businesses exist doing something of these sorts? Then we take a deep dive on your goal. Why do you want it? Who are you going to have to be in order to get it? What do you think right now you're going to have to do in order to make that happen? What limiting beliefs do you have that you're aware of right now that we're going to have to cut down and then replace with beneficial ones that are going to bring you closer towards your goal? Next thing, after we have that tangible goal of the business that you want to start or whatever it is you want to do, find the strategy to execute over the next few months. You've heard it a million times. Find people who verifiably have the proven results that you want. See what they're all saying and do what they all are saying in common. The strategy and the resources exist for all of us to succeed. The books, the blueprints, the free courses, the YouTube videos, they all exist for us to succeed. But the reason why we can't is because we can't get out of our own way. We have limiting beliefs. We're not drawn towards our goal. I believe that nobody's made to sit on the couch and watch 5 hours of TV a day. I believe that the engagement and the excitement that you have from watching TV for 5 hours, you should have that same excitement and engagement doing something in your life. And for me, I want to have the excitement I had when I played video games growing up, strategy video games, with my life, with my business, and I'm strategizing and I'm flowing and I'm having a good time. I'm doing what I'm good at. I'm making moves. I'm helping people out. I'm directing people and applying that to my own life. The strategy exists for all of us to execute. And it's important that if you're at ground zero and you don't have experience in an industry, you just follow the proven strategy. It's exactly what I did to sell $1 million worth of product. It's exactly what I'm doing with my clients in order to build their businesses as well. And for specifics on how to find the proven strategy, go watch this video right here. I linked it. It's called How to Easily Find the Proven Strategy of the Business Made for You in 2024. Next thing is about consistently executing the proven strategy for 3 months. Minimum 3 months you have to execute. The thing is, success is threefold, okay? There's requesting what it is you want as an honest prayer. There's manifesting what you want, feeling attuned to what it is you desire on a regular basis. And then there's the tangible effort that you have to put in. I've gone over how to find the proven strategy that we're going to execute. That is the only tangible effort we need to do. Executing that strategy. You don't even need to think about anything more than when we build that strategy, we create a list of steps that need to be executed one at a time. And each step, without getting into too many specifics, you have to do research within each step. It's a back and forth. Problems arise within problems, but that's the only focus, executing one step at a time of the proven strategy that we got from multiple people who have the results in your field. Then, and this is exactly what I did to sell $1 million, the personal things and the requesting and the manifesting is simply how you take the path of least resistance to execute this tangible strategy as easily and efficiently as possible. So I'm taking the tangible strategy that I've mastered, and then I'm taking the grind and the hardships out of it by giving you all of the things that you have to do personally and energetically in order to take the path of least resistance. So you create your own reality people, and the frequency and manifestation and law of attraction people, they all miss the mark of they request and they manifest, but they don't do the tangible actions. Requesting and manifesting. Step 1, write down exactly what your unique life characteristics are. Who are you in your ideal life when you're recognizing, when I'm 80 and I'm looking back on my life, what am I going to care about? When I'm living my absolute best life and I feel like I'm really doing, on my proper path in life, who am I? What am I doing? What do you value most? Who are you? What makes you you? What makes you unique? And then determine some of the principles and the values that you value the most in your life. What are your North Stars? What do you care most about? What advice, when you hear it, you're like, oh, that resonates with my heart and my soul? For me, as I shared, a big one for me is when I'm 80 years old looking back on my life, I know I'm going to say, why didn't you just start? And why didn't you just start doing things and doing them as you and just being yourself 100%? And being in a positive state and taking the reins as the creator, giving yourself the permission to be the guy and just start living the life that you want to live and you feel compelled to live, and doing it in a joyful, positive state. And another one is, man, I want to have fun and I want to be engaged in the game of life and doing really good and serving other people with the same passion that I had when I was playing video games growing up. The strategy video games. And so you have to recognize, what is it for you? What sounds great to you? What's an amazing kick-ass reality look like for you? And what are some of your unique characteristics? For me, I can say with certainty that some of the best characteristics that you can possess is authenticity. 100% of the time you're authentic. You really release your grip. I mean, when people get to their low points in life, the best advice is to live an authentic life. Release your grip of who you're trying to be. If you're depressed, you're probably taking a path you're not made to. Release your grip, just be yourself 100%, and let the chips fall as they may after that. You have to be who you actually are. You can't force BS forever. And that's kind of what I did with my first business, is I forced so much BS. I did learn how to tangibly execute a proven strategy, but I wasn't doing it with alignment with who I really am when the chips are down. And so recognize your unique character traits and what you value the most. So after we recognize who you are, the goal that you want, and the business that you should start, it's important that you commit to your goal 100% and that you believe your goal 100%. And commitment and belief are tied, because if you really believe you can have something, you're just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna make it happen no matter what. Don't worry about it. Yes, I'm gonna clean the kitchen. Don't worry about it. Yes, I'm going to go to the gym. Don't worry about it. I'm committing to that. Or it's like, yes, I'm going to build this good relationship with this person. It requires work and effort, but I'm committing to it. I'm committed to you because I believe a committed relationship there's more value to be had than the alternatives. And that is a belief I have, but what I'm saying is that it's the same thing with your goal. If you truly believe it's possible, then you will truly commit 110% to it. You made the decision, okay? So the other reason we do this is because now you can access a full portion of your potential in order to make it happen. You have, in a sense, burned the boats. I don't believe in steering your energy and your focus in multiple different directions. You have to decide what it is you're going for, commit 110% to it, and then you're going to be able to sit with the uncertainty and sit with the doubts and the limiting beliefs that you have, reverse them, take action, and then find a way to make it happen regardless, because I can tell you with certainty, miracles have been done before, electricity has been invented, phones have been invented, airplanes have been invented. Whatever it is you desire is possible for you, okay? Amazing lives have been lived. And when sharing those examples isn't saying that materialism is better than spiritual. I believe that the spiritual and that growth is actually more important, and your material growth should be a result of your spiritual growth. But my point is, you have to believe that your goal is possible and you have to commit to it 100%. Next thing, you have to understand that your physical reality is a reflection of your internal state. Straight up, your frequency, what you believe, how you're feeling, the thoughts that are coming over you, but the power and the energy and emotion behind those thoughts is what actually gives them power. Your thoughts is kind of like the direction that you're steering your ship, and then the power behind the ship and the motor is the energy and the emotion and the beliefs that you have deep down. And so if you consciously change your narrative that you're telling for yourself, who am I, what's my life about, like what do I actually believe? How do I identify? And then also your beliefs that you have deep down, and then your thoughts, whether they're geared towards good things or bad things, and then more importantly, the way you feel about those thoughts, which is more a result of your narrative and your deep down beliefs, you change your life. Change all those things, you change your life. From a conventional standpoint, every self-help coach, the best in the world, Tony Robbins, Brandon Burchard, are going to tell you, you change your narrative, you change your beliefs, you change your thoughts, you change your life. It's just the way it works. Next thing, work efficiency guide. So here's how you work, okay? First of all, you have to recognize your state. If you're in a crummy state and you're really feeling crappy, you need to snap out of that. You need to think of, okay, you need to change your physiology. Jumping jacks, change your thoughts to gear towards more positive thoughts. Identify with your unique character traits and the identity that you have in your absolute best life, recognizing your spirit and what makes you unique, your spirit as opposed to your ego. And remember, we set your goal in alignment with your spirit and who you really are deep down. So even when you drop everything and you're feeling terrible and you're just like, screw it, I'm just going to be me, you're still going to be drawn towards your goal because we set it in alignment with your higher self in the first place and who you actually are. And so change your physiology, change your thoughts, and then recognize your identity that is conductive towards getting that work done. Well, you know what? I'm just going to do this work in a state where I'm feeling good and I'm enjoying it and I'm doing it like a game and I'm not really thinking too hard because I know long term I want to do my life like a game. And so I'm just going to start doing that right now. Like, we'll just see how the work goes. And then you have faith that it's going to work out. And it does. Because you realize when you're trying to grip everything and you're trying to get everything perfect, it doesn't work, and it's not even perfect anyway. So you might as well release your grip, keep moving, do the work, and watch it turn out just as good as if you were trying to grip everything. You work with intention. So also still on work efficiency, you work with intention, getting things done, getting tasks done. You're not worried about how many hours did I work? Was it hard? Did I prove something to myself? No, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're executing the proven strategy, and then you're staying in a positive state in alignment with your higher self identity and the traits that you value the most. But specifically with work, it just matters the task that you get done. And then it's also going to be about maintaining the focus, maintaining the chain every day after day after day. Because when you do that, you are accessing a much higher portion of your potential, and you're stacking, and then you're growing, and then your awareness is expanding in a more healthy way to where you're more dynamic and you can remember X, Y, and Z things from a week ago, apply it to what you're doing today, in addition to having a new realization today about what you should be doing. And so the way to maintain your focus is that when you get done working for the day, write down the tasks that you have to do tomorrow. It's as simple as that. So when you go in tomorrow, you have the task that you're going to start with, and that maintains the chain of focus. Next thing is requesting what it is you want. You say what it is you want as an honest prayer, the goal that we set, the business that you want to start, and then we make it tangible, expand on who you are, and then It's really what you want deep down. It's really what's going to make you happy. And you request that from the universe. You say, I want this. I'm committed to this tangibly. I'm committed to this spiritually. I want it for the right reasons while in alignment with who I am and what makes me unique. And you request that from the universe. Or you request that from your God. You request that from higher powers. You request that from the angels that exist and the higher spiritual forces. And I believe there are higher dimension beings that exist among us. Sometimes they're people, but I also believe in just energies and higher forces that exist. But you request that, you recognize you don't know everything, and you put that into the universe. Then it's going to be manifesting what it is you want. So get locked into the present moment. So you're not thinking about all the stresses, all the things that you want to do. You're entirely locked into the current moment. And then you think about what it is your goal is and how that's going to feel. And you feel and you imagine that goal in your present reality. And you're really feeling it as if you already had that goal, or you're doing it. You're doing the work that you love that is associated with your goal. And you have the abundance, and you have the wealth, and you have the freedom of mind, and you have the upgraded spirit and of who you really are. And you fuse that with your present reality. So you feel how your goal is going to feel in the present moment fully. That's the easiest, simplest manifestation technique. Last thing, enjoying the process. Learning to stay connected to the creator, the present moment, the truth of the moment, your higher self, your identity traits, and loving the process as opposed to the created. Connected to the creator as opposed to the created. The created is the outcome. You're outcome dependent. You're saying, let's get this money. Let's get this win. We have to make it happen. And if you're playing a basketball game and you're outcome dependent, you do technically do everything right. You didn't make any mistakes, or maybe the normal amount of mistakes you made, but you lose by 1 point. And I believe that the best athletes in the world are super tuned into the moment. They're super connected to the creator as opposed to the created. But essentially, when you learn that the present moment is all that we ever really have, and that fulfillment can only come from within, not from external things, which is the outcome, which is the created, then you understand that and loving the process is what you must do all the time. And as a result of learning to love the process and not being outcome dependent, great outcomes will come to you. But it can't be for the outcomes. It has to be for the love of the game, the love of the process. It's like the Hannah Montana song. It's not about how fast you get there. It's not about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Big thing, you have to realize the work is the work. The tangible work needs to get done, but you just accept that. You commit to the goal, you commit to doing the work, and then you say, well, let's see if I can stay in a joyous, positive state while doing the work. Why does the work have to be a grind? Why does this process have to be so hard? And I'm telling you, it doesn't. You just have to start learning how to win, feeling attuned to what it is you want on a regular basis. First, setting the goal that's actually aligned with who you are, and then finding the proven strategy and executing it. If you want the proven strategy laid out for you and all of these energetic and personal things laid out for you as weekly homework, please contact me. If you want to try all of this on your own, I hope you got some value out of this video. Please go for it. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your night, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.